All right, welcome back to Tackleberry Solutions. My name is Arthur, and I'm the primary instructor and founder of Tackleberry Solutions. And we teach military tactics for everyday citizen for civil defense purposes. And welcome to part 2 of how to effectively survive a coup in the United States. So what we're going to give you is a 4-step process of what your course of action should be in the event of a coup. The first part of this series of videos we've already talked about identifying what a coup is and how to identify it, and now we're going to talk about what your course of action should be. Step 1, the first 6 hours. Immediately you need to grab your go bag and get the hell out of Dodge. Your go bag and anything else that you can get out of your home in under 30 minutes. You need to go to a rural environment, somewhere where is your bug out location. You've got to get out of the city, because what you're going to see is the city is going to fall into absolute chaos, and you're going to see martial law enforced. Let me explain something to you guys. When we invaded Iraq and when we invaded Afghanistan, what we did was pushed across the freaking country like a wave of death. But what we also did was we controlled the cities. As soon as we conquered a city, we put a fob in it, and we controlled that city through continuous, day and night, routine patrols and enforcing a form of martial law. We then aided and allied with the local law enforcement and military to continue that control of the city. We did patrols out in the rural areas and flew drones in the rural areas to try to push out and drive out any form of insurgency. That's exactly what they are going to do. Just the difference is you're now the insurgent. The next thing you're going to want to do is try to gather as much information as you can. Expect that most radio stations are going to be down, but I would trust information coming from a local radio station before I would a national television and or social media platform. The reason is the chances of their political views aligning with mine are much closer, and the chances of them actually telling you what's really going on are also much closer, instead of spewing out a bunch of liberal or a bunch of actual propaganda about what may or may not be going on. Because remember, it's an active coup. I highly recommend ham radios. Get your license, learn how they actually work, and use them. Step 2, the gathering, building your community. Understand you cannot do everything by yourself. There is no way you're going to be able to fight and take back your country and guard your little safe house out in the middle of nowhere 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and garden, and take care of the livestock, and do this, and do that. You're going to have to allow people inside your community. Now, you're going to have to also teach them. You're going to have to teach them about tactical things. You're going to have to teach them how to survive off the land, how to garden, how to raise animals. But you're also going to have to teach them about the Constitution. Guys, this is absolutely crucial, and you will see that again in the 4th step. The Constitution is the key to everything. You also need to start building immediately renewable sources of food and water. If you don't already have a well on site, you need to dig one. Even if it's just a 20-foot shallow well, dig one. You need to have renewable water sources and renewable food sources. Hunting and gathering is great, but when everybody's got that same plan of hunting and gathering, how easy do you think it's going to be to drop a deer? Also, animals can naturally sense danger. You start continually hunting the same area, guess what? They move. Continue to gather intelligence and try to assess the actual state of the Union. Basically, guys, this is where that ham radio continues to come in play. I would not trust, the grid will probably be back up by this point, later in the step 2. Once you start getting refugees in and you get things starting getting established at your bug out location, you're going to start seeing the grid will come back up. And what a lot of people are going to do is, well, things aren't so bad. I'll go back home now. And they're going to walk right into martial law. They're going to be disarmed or shot trying to get back into the city, and they're going to now walk into a form of control. And by this point, even your local radio stations are probably going to be compromised. So using that ham radio to have that communication, what's really going on, is going to help. But keep in mind that ham radio can be traced. So do not use it from where your actual location is. You need to move way off, gather your intelligence, do your broadcasting, then come back to your safe spot. You need to start establishing a network, both inside and outside of the city. I need to start placing caches. I need to start building a network, people that I can gather resources from, local farmers that are living out in the rural area, people that I can gather food from, medical assets, etc., etc., etc. I need to start going into the city unarmed and doing a covert reconnaissance and gathering and establishing that network so that I know people, hey, thrift shop, I need clothes. Over here, I need food. I need this, I need that. These are things that we teach you in covert operations and guerrilla warfare. Step 3, resist. At this point, martial law is still in effect. Absolute chaos is still reigning. You're probably seeing some little riotings and mess in town. Use that to your advantage. Yeah, you're going to have to use propaganda to help aid your war effort. Again, this is stuff you learn in guerrilla warfare. But what you're going to do is you're going to try to free political prisoners. You're going to try to attack any of those enforcing martial law at random. Sniper operations, simple hit and runs, using booby traps, things like that work great. You're going to attack key targets like the government financial institutions. In essence, how are these people that are enforcing this martial law, how are they being paid? That's what I'm going to try to attack. You may have to have somebody who's really computer savvy to do that, or you may be able to directly rob a bank. It depends on your situation. Other things you can do are destroy your local airstrip. That's where you're going to be flying drones in and out of, and they're looking for you. So destroy those drones, destroy the fuel points, destroy the local air stations, and you'll deny them of that asset. Conduct political assassinations. If these guys, the mayor of the city is allowing martial law to actually take place, guess what? They've been compromised and they're now acting in conjunction with the enemy. They are the enemy. Eliminate them, assassinate them. Send the message that not only are we not going to tolerate this, but you are not safe. We will get you. And anybody else that violates the Constitution, we're going to get you too. And when you're finally strong enough and you've got enough able bodies, take over strongholds and literally take over your whole entire city. Guys, I highly recommend you understand T. Lawrence and his way of waging warfare. They even made a movie about it called Lawrence of Arabia. Really wrong, but pretty accurate. Read the book. He literally perfected the conquering of cities and pushed the Turks out of Saudi Arabia using his form of guerrilla warfare. This is exactly what you're going to do. Step number 4. Step number 4 is where we try to rebuild our country. We try to put it back to what it was the day our founding fathers established it. We want our country to be free. Freer than what we are right now. If you can even imagine that. We must elect people into positions of authority that understand and can recite verbatim the Constitution and are willing to govern by it as written by our founding fathers. We must be the watchdogs and ensure that those people are doing what we elected them to do. And if they're not, then we must forcibly remove them from office and elect someone else to be in their position that will uphold the Constitution. The biggest thing we have got to do, the biggest thing we've stopped doing, and what has caused all of this, is we stopped educating our children and the masses on what the Constitution is, what it says, and what it does for you and me. Basically, step 4 is just as simple as we're establishing not necessarily a new government, but the government the way that it was supposed to be. The government the way it was under our founding fathers. That is what we're doing. And we're putting the Constitution back as the supreme law of the land, which is exactly what it's supposed to be. All right, thank you for watching this 2-part series of how to survive a coup. For further information on this, please feel free to hit us up. And also, if you're worried about trying to prepare yourself against an attack from mass numbers, because maybe you were a little late getting out of there. Like I said, you got to be out of the city within 30 minutes, and within 6 hours you've got to already start having things established and have your area established. So if you're worried about that and you're worried about maybe getting hit by mass numbers, we're going to put a free PDF, a link to a free PDF in the description below, so that you guys can go to that and access it. We hope you buy the book and the DVDs to go with it, because it's literally a how-to, step-by-step guide of how you can do this. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you later.